I don't know if you got to check out any of the play-in games, but um, the Sixers moving on, play the
Sixers.
Knicks. Um, and then you also have, I know the Hawks went down to the Chicago Bulls, which I didn't expect, but Kobe White went off.
Mhm.
What did you think of the playoff game so far?
Warriors,
Even the West,
Warriors,
Pelicans, Lakers,
Dynasty's over for the Warriors.
Warriors dynasty ended. That's what you think. So let's talk about that because they have to re-sign a lot of guys this summer. I know Klay Thompson is the one that's been under the microscope for a lot of people after he had a abysmal game against the Sacramento Kings, and honestly hasn't had that great of a season so far with Golden State. What do you think about that? Is the dynasty over? Are we ever going to see a Warriors team as good as we have in the last
They're
decade?
not going to reach the finals ever again. They might not
You
reach.
think they'll reach the playoffs?
They'll reach the playoffs. Yeah, it's not hard. Like respectfully,
It was
respectfully not.
harder for them this year. Oops.
Yeah, it was hard from this year, but I think the Kings and the Warriors have had like a rivalry the past 2, 3 years. Those teams are always going at it in the playoffs, and it's like they're always besting each other. And so I think this is just the year that the Kings finally had their number. Kings have a great team, and the Warriors, they've just been a struggle of since they haven't had that. They're just missing a couple pieces here and there, and their main pieces are getting older. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, they're just getting older. It's going to be harder for Steph Curry to manage that load of carrying them like they used to. But I just think as a team, they're not like the teams of old where they had a bunch of great role players who knew their role, like Sean Livingston give you 20 off the bench with 100 mid ranges. You know what I'm saying? So I see it hard for them to go back to shoot the conference finals when you have teams like the young teams who are going to be here forever, like Minnesota or Oklahoma or golly, who are they? The Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be harder. Those are your top three teams who don't have a guy, over 30. Like, how do you think they're gonna get past how do you think the Warriors are gonna get past them? So it's just like I just don't see the Warriors advancing anytime soon.
Yeah, I think the Draymond Green effect had a little bit of wear and tear on that ship as well. Just, I mean, the technical fouls, the ejections. There was the moment where he had Steph Curry in tears on the court after he got ejected, and that was like a little bit of a tipping point for me. I was like, oh, I think they're breaking. And sure enough, the Kings, who, like you said, like that rivalry, Kings Warriors has been one. And there's actually a stat there before their playoff game, the last three games that they played against each other were all decided by 1 point. And that was the longest streak of 1 point games that two teams have had against each other in NBA history, which was interesting to me. Plus, the Kings were down Mario Hezonja and Malik Monk and still managed to pull it off.